Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Hazy Recollection, and it's by RockRat0. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means that in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that there are no repeats in any row, column, or designated 9-cell region, which is a box here. Some given digits are covered with fog. Placing certain correct digits in the grid will reveal these fogged cells, potentially revealing more clues. Guessing is not required. You must type over the given digits in the grid for answer check. So we have to actually place, so for make sure that the answer is checked correctly, make sure you fill in the center digits in each box, in the fog of war particularly, because otherwise it will not check the answer correctly if you don't. We have ambiguous killer / look and say cages. So the cages have values that are either killer or look and say to be determined by the solver. So any of the cages here are look and say or they are killer cages. Killer cages for killer cages, digits in the cages add up to the given cage value and may not repeat. So, for example, if this were a killer cage, it would have to add up to 29. If this were a killer cage, it would have to add up to 11. If this were a killer cage, it would add up to 13. So, for example, if this was a killer cage, if we knew this was a killer cage, and we had this as a... We had this as a... I'm surprised that was just random, but okay. There we go. Anyways, say this was a 4, which we... Then this would have to be a 9 to add up to 13. I forgot that this was a fog of war because there's so little fog. But anyways. So, if this was a 4, this would have to be a 9 if this was a killer cage, because these two digits must add up to 13. If it's a look and say, for look and say cages, the value should be read aloud as a description of the cage contents. For example, 1, 2 clue would mean there is 1, 2 in the cage. It is possible for a cage to be valid for both clue types. So, just because you have one does not preclude the other. So, if this were a look and say cage, that means one of these digits would have to have a 3, because it's 1, 3 in the cage. If this is a look and say cage here, this would have to be a 9, because, sorry, this would have to be 2, 9, because we have 2 9s in that. By look and say, we know we have 2 9s in that cage. And that's an example, those are examples of look and say cages. We have ambiguous search, 6, 9 clues. Some cells have arrows in them pointing in a cardinal direction. So it's just, okay, some cells have arrows in them. So this cell has an arrow in it pointing in a certain direction. This one does too. The digit in such a cell indicates where either a 6 or 9 is in the indicated direction. For instance, if a 3 was in row 1, column 1, with a downward pointing arrow, that would mean either a 6 or 9 would be in row 4, column 1, right? So imagine that there was an arrow pointing essentially down, right? Say there was an arrow pointing down. Then this would be 3. Okay, so let's use this as a better example. If this were 3, that would mean this is a 6 or a 9. We would guarantee that. So this, because the arrow is pointing this way, we have a digit in there that points to where a 6 or 9 is. 2 arrows in the same cell may point to different digits. And we don't have an example. Oh, we might have an example of that in the fog. Okay, that makes sense. Those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Oh, I need to sneeze. Okay, well, I guess I don't need to sneeze. Okay. Anyways, let's go. Okay. So, this is either 2 4s or it's adding up to 24. If it's adding up to 24, it's okay. Where could the 2 4s be is kind of the question, right? It cannot be here because that would eliminate possibilities for these 4s. So 4 would have to be here and here. So either this is 7, 8, 9 in these cells with 3 digits adding up to 24, or these are 2 4s, and the 2 4s must be here. Same with this. This is 6, 8, or 9 in these corner cells, or there's 2 3s. Same with this. This is 6, 8, 9 to add up to 23 because those are the only unique digits that can add up to 23. Or it's a 3 here. 2 3s. This is also the case. So this is 3, 6, 8, and 9. Okay. What does that tell us? I'm not really sure. Let's see. What else do we have? Okay. The 29 or the 2 9 cages. It's either 2 9s in the cage, or it must be 5, 7, 8, 9, adding up to 29, because those are the only 4 unique digits that can ever add up to 29. So I think that guarantees in the column, you cannot have 2 killer cages here. Because we have to have 1 9 in this cage, guaranteed, and 1 9 in this cage, guaranteed. These cannot be, yeah, they cannot be 2 9. If this is a look and say cage as a 2 9, 9 has to be here and 9 has to be here. Well, we're guaranteed that a 9 has to be here also, but that would mean there are 3 9s in rows 1 and 2, and therefore there would be a duplicate in one of the rows. So that's not possible. Therefore, this must be a killer cage. So this is 5, 7, 8, 9. This is 5, 7, 8, 9. Guaranteed. We know, so in row 1, the rest of row 1 cannot contain 5, 7, 8, 9. Actually, the rest of box 2 cannot contain 5, 7, 8, 9 because of the 5, 7, 8, 9 quadruplet there. Therefore, this cannot be 8, 9. This cannot be 8, 9. This is 3 and 6. We have a 3, 6, 3, 6 pair here. One of these is 3. The other one is 6. If it's 6, it has to be with 8 or 9. Otherwise, it has to be with 3, right? The rest of column. The rest of box 2, essentially, it has to be 1, 2, and 4. So this is either a 3 or it's 9. We're not sure which. But we know One of these is a 3. That guarantees there has to be a 3 in one of these two cells. So this cannot be 3. Therefore, this is 9, this is 4. And this must be 1, this is 2. This is saying that a 6 or a 9 has to be here. So this must be 9, which means 9 cannot be in the rest of the cage, because we know this can't be 9 either, and this can't be 9. Where is the 9 in this cage? It has to be here. So since this is 9, 9 cannot be here, therefore this can't be 6, 8, 9 here. Therefore this must be 2 3s. This is 3, this is 3, and we don't know what that is. This can't be 3, this is 6. This can't be 3. This is an 8 and 9 pair. That eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of the column. This can't be 8 or 9. This can't be 8. This is a 5, 7 pair, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box. This is 8. These cannot be 8. Therefore, we have a 5, 7 pair in this cage, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the cage. So this is 8. This can't be 8 or 9. If this tried to add up to 24, you would have to have 7, 8, and 9 here. But none of these could be 7. This would have to be 7. That could not be 8 or 9. So this cannot be a killer cage. It has to be a look and say cage. So this is 4 and this is 4. Similarly with this, this cannot be 6, 8, or 9. It's a 3. Therefore, this must be a look and say cage and is 2 3s. Well, this cage cannot contain a 3, this cage cannot contain a 3, and this cage cannot contain a 3. Therefore, all of these cages have to be killer cages, because you can't have 1 3 in any of them. So this must be either 5 8 or 6 7. This could be, actually this has to be a 3 here, because there's no other place for it in column 5. This 3 eliminates 3 in these 3 cells. These are all filled out. This cannot be a 3 because of a 3 in the row. So this has to be a 3. And this is saying there has to be a 6 or 9, 3 away from it. 1 2 3. This can't be 6 then. So this has to be a 6 here. This cannot be 6 or 7. So this has to be a 5 8 pair, which forces this to be 7 here. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 8, which makes this 9. This cannot be 7 away, so it has to be 5 away here, which makes this 7. 5 away, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, must be a 6, because it cannot be 9. This is 6, so these two digits must add up to 11 minus 6, which is 5. So it's either 1, 4 or 2, 3. This 5 eliminates 5 here. So this is 7, this is 5. So again, this is either 1, 4, or 3 and 2. We know 4 has to be one of these digits here. For row 1, we have 4 with 1 or 3. 4 and 1 requires this to be 6. 3 and 4 does not work, because that would require this to be 4, and we would have a duplicate. So this must be 1, 4, and 6. This must be 3 and 2, adding up to 11. We celebrate because we know we're getting close to solving this. Let's see. The remaining digits in row 2 are 3 and 4. This can't be 4 because of the 1 4 pair in the box, so this must be 3 and this must be 4. That's a 1, so that's a given. Let's mark that in. The 6 and the 9 cannot be here because this would be 3 and we already have a 3 in the row. It cannot be 2 because 6 and 9 cannot be here. It could be 4, with the 6 being here. It cannot be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this is 6, can't be 6, so it's 4 or 7 here. pointing to a 6. 6 is one of these two then. This adds up to 13. We are guaranteed that. What are the remaining digits in column 5? These two digits must be 2 and 8. We have in column 5, 1, 2, 4, and 6. This can't be 1. This is 2, 4, 6. This is 1, 2, 4, 6. This can't be 6, though. 1 has to be one of these 3 digits. This still could be a look and say cage as 1, 4. Remaining digits in row 3 have to be 1, 5, and 7. This can't be 1. There is no 3 here to add up. This can never contain a 6, 8, or 9. 7 has to be one of these 3 digits. Say you had a 7 here. How do you add up to 13? It would have to be 2 and 4. That's possible. Can you ever add up to 13 without a 7 here? Maybe? Yeah, 6, 5, and 2 works. Oh, this 3 away. Okay, so that's done. 4 and 7. 1 away is 9. 5 away is a 6 or 9. Remaining digits in column 4. We have 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 7. And 7 could be here. This is 1, 2, 4, 5, 7. 4 and 7 cannot be here. So 4 has to be one of these 3 digits also. This can't be 1. Interesting. So this either has a 4 or a 7 or both. Can it ever have a 1 here? I think the answer is no. 1, 5 would be added to 6 at max, and that would add up to 12. So that doesn't work. 1 and 7 only adds up with 4. That adds up to 12. Or 6, which adds up to 14. So 1 cannot be here. 6 has to be one of these cells. The remaining digits in column 3 are 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Well, this cannot be 1 here. The remaining digits in column 4 are 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. 9 obviously can't be here. 8 can't be here because of the 8 in the row. This can't be 1. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. 6 cannot be here. Okay, so what combinations here add up to 13? Can you have 1? One would be 3, 9, 4, 8, or 5, 7. And none of those work. So this cannot be 1. This can't be 6 and 8. This is guaranteed to have a 2 then. Right? 6 and 8 already add up to 14. So it must be 2 with either 6 or 8. If it's 2 and 6, that has to be a 5. If it's 2 and 8, this would have to be 3. So it has to be 2 and 6. So since this is 2 and 6, this 2, 6 pair eliminates 2 and 6 in the rest of the box. This can't be 2 or 6. This is 1. This can't be 1 or 2. This is 8 or 9. This 8 and 9 pair eliminates 8 and 9 in the rest of the box. This can't be 8. This is 5, which means this can't be 5. This is 8. 2, 6, and 5 is here. That means this can't be 5, and these can't be 5. This has to have... Where is a 2 in column 3? It must be one of these 3 cells, so this can't be a look and say cage because there is no 2 in this cage, and that can't be 1, 2. This must add up to 12. So it's there's no 2. it could have a 1. Let's just continue this. This can't be 1 or 2. This is 4, 5, or 7. But 5 cannot be here. So 4 and 5 would require, does not work. So 7 has to be here in this cage. Because if we have 4 and 5, that requires a 4 to be here. But we have a repeat in that cage. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this is 5. This has to be a 4-7 pair. 4, 7 must add up with 2 to add up to 13. This is 4. This can't be 4. This is 7. This is 4. This 2 eliminates 2 here, so that's 6 and 2. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so that's 7. That means the 6 has to be 7 cells away, so that's a 6. 4 away has to be either a 6 or a 9, and this can't be 2. Oops, cannot be 2. That 1, 4, 6 triplet means this has to be a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 9. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 1 and 4. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 8 and 9. What else are we looking for? This cannot be a look and say cage because we have the 4 cannot be in columns 8 and 9 in that box. It has to be in column 7, so this can't be a look and say cage. It must add up to 14. So these two add up to 5 because 14 minus 9 is 5, and it can't be 1 and 4. It must be 2 and 3. So this is a 2, 3 pair, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the column. Therefore, this can't be 2. This is 8. This is 2. This look and say cannot be a look and say cage. It adds up to 12. We are guaranteed 2 at least out of 3, 4, and 5 have to be in this cage, right? Can't be here. They can't be here. Only 1 digit can be here. So if 2 are guaranteed to be 3, 4, 5 here, all 3 of them must be here. So this must be a 3, 4, 5 triplet. This can't be 4. These can't be 3. Therefore, this is a 4, 5 pair, which eliminates 4 and 5 in the rest of the box. This can't be 5. This is 3. That eliminates 3 here, so this is 2, which makes this 3. This can't be 5. This can't be 2, so this is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 can't be here. 2 and 6 can't be here. Where is the 2 in column 3? It must be here. So this is 2. This 1, 7, 1, 7 pair eliminates 1 and 7 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 7. This is 6. This can't be 1 or 6, so it's 4. This can't be 4, so it's 5, which makes that 4. That makes this not 4, so this is 1. This can't be 1, so it's 7. This can't be 7, so this is 1. So this can't be 1 or 5. This must be 7, which makes this a 5. This can't be 1 or 4, so that's 6. And the rest is probably Sudoku. Okay, we should have a lot of 1s. The 1 in the box 7 cannot be here or here, so it must be here. We have 8 1s. We know where the last one is. It's here. We should have 8 2s, I think. We do have 8 2s. The last 2 has to be here. 3s, we have all 9 3s. That's fine. We have all 9 4s, I believe, also. That's fine. 5. In row 4, the 5 has to be here. That leaves this as a 5. That's all 9 5s then. 6s. We have 8 6s. We know where the last 6 has to be. It has to be here. 7s. 7 in box 4 cannot be here, so this must be a 7. We have 8 7s. We know where the last 7 has to be. It has to be here. 8s. In column 8, it can only be here. Therefore, and in box 4, it can only be here. Therefore, it must be here in row 8. And that leaves 9s left, so the rest of the digits must be 9. And that's a solution. Yeah, apologies for accidentally getting this exactly correct and that causing a fog of war. That was crazy. Well, yeah. Anyways. I hope that logic made sense there, right? particularly this part, right? If you had a 2 9s, one of these is guaranteed to be 9. One of the... Sorry, they both are guaranteed to have 1 9 in them. And if you tried to have a look and save with 2 9s, that would not work, obviously. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.